County Board of Commissioners meeting, general session. Today is August 7, 2018. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today we have a guest, long time no see, Ernest Perry. Just saw you like 5 minutes ago at breakfast. We have a guest, Ernest Perry, come to the mic if you would, who's the president and CEO of Hands On Central Ohio, to update us on the local food action plan. Welcome to the Board of Commissioners chamber.
Thank you, President Boyce. Good morning, Commissioner Brown, Commissioner O'Grady, other county leaders. My name is Ernest Perry. I'm here to represent as the chair of the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board and provide you with a brief update of our progress of the last year. The Local Food Board created a vision for this community to create a fair and sustainable food system that benefits our economy, our environment, and all people. The work of that plan is organized around 4 goals that focus on coordination and communication in the food system, access and education, economic development, and food waste prevention. Many of our successes over the past year have really taken place in the form of building the infrastructure and mobilizing the people necessary to do the work of the plan. We established a local food board that includes a broad array of expertise from across the food system and a variety of community partners such as Mid-Ohio Food Bank, Local Matters, Kroger, The Ohio State University, SWACO, and of course Hands On Central Ohio. We fully staffed a local food team, and they're represented here today, Brian, Jaleesa, and Cheryl. They operate the day-to-day implementation of the plan, convene partners, and facilitate a great deal of the collaboration that makes this work possible. And then we formed 2 project teams that began implementing 2 specific priorities for the local food action plan, one around a farmers market management collaborative, and then a second that focuses on connecting food-related businesses to technical assistance and financing options. So food as economic development really lives at the heart of this plan. A few other food system projects I think will help illustrate some of the progress that we've made in no small measure because of the work of our local food team. The Ohio Days My Plate, My State program, which ensures that 1 meal per month at local schools are served that come grown, sustained from the area. Currently, the City of Columbus, Bexley, and Upper Arlington are participating in that program. And then this fall, we will also add Canal Winchester and New Albany schools. The Ohio State University Sustainability Initiative, where they've established a goal by 2025 to source 40% of the food they serve on campus from local producers. And then related to that is the Buckeye Institution Supported Agriculture Program, which endeavors to build small food-related businesses in low-income communities to help build the supply chain for that 2025 goal. And then the program that is probably nearest and dearest to my heart is the Linden Farmers Market, which provides fresh local food for residents of the Linden area community, new economic opportunity for local food producers, and carries with it an array of incentives that encourage residents to participate in the farmers market, including WIC coupons, double SNAP dollars through Produce Perks, and $5 coupons to community partners. More information on some of the work that we've done over the last year, the successes and the highlights, will be provided in an update. We have copies of the actual annual report available to you. And we want to thank you for your support of the work of the local food board, in particular the work that Commissioner O'Grady has done to champion this along with Councilmember Tyson. From the outset. You've provided tremendous resource support that enabled us to put together the local food team. Brian Esterbrook has been an invaluable member of that team. You've helped support the publication of a resource guide on the Linden community that helped residents there find services that they had lost with the exit of Kroger. And then your ongoing funding for community garden grants, Produce Perks, Growing to Green and Green Court programs, and ECDI's revolving loan fund program for food businesses are all parts of what make this work. I'd like to thank you for your ongoing support and giving us an opportunity to update you on the activities and the plan of the last year. We believe strongly that going forward, we've got the right team and the right infrastructure to continue to be effective in moving this work forward. One of the greatest early outcomes that we think are represented in what we've shared with you today is the power of collaboration that we've seen come to the forefront. Once the food board was established, once the food team had a chance to get in place, we really started to publicize and move the plan forward. We saw just how much great work was going on in this community, and we were able to be a coordinator, a convener, and help connect the dots on some very important projects. Our food team has been really instrumental in that. And in the next year, we know that we're going to do even greater things for this community as a result of this work and our continued partnership with you. Thank you.
I think this is incredibly important work, and thank you, John, for leading from our side on this. Food as economic development makes so much sense, and food for nutrition also essential. And that you've been able to find that balance is really a testament to how great this plan really is. So I'm thrilled that we have you here today and that all that you've accomplished in not that long a time.
Thank you.
This is important work, so.
You know, Marilyn, I remember back in 2009 and 2010 and 2011 when we first started doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And we would, you know, we were justifying $2,000 for water.
For water, for the garden.
$1,000 for tools,
Yeah.
and, you know, a few $1,000s here and there for different things. You know, and over the years, this has just kind of grown, and now, you know, you're talking about $750,000 grant from the Kellogg Foundation and a $500,000 grant from the USDA, and the thousands and thousands of dollars that we invest through the money that we get from the federal government and the money that the city invests through Columbus Public Health, and just the partnership are back in the day with Mayor Coleman, and now the partnerships with Mayor Ginther, and I mean, this has turned into something where the city and the county, whether it's through growing and gardens, whether it's through the stuff that we do through EDP or the stuff that's being done through the city's Department of Public Health, whether it's access to food, whether it's through economic development and planning. I mean, this has turned into something where we've invested a lot of money, where we've found grant money where there's just been a huge amount of dollars. And back, you know, 10 years ago, you know, we were figuring out whether or not it was something we wanted to scrape together, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a year for.
I remember the first community garden that we
invested
in.
Down on Franz Road, you know, and we had to justify it all
Right.
back then. And so now,
Right.
10 years later, it's turned into
It's-
something that's just been a huge win for the community, and there are businesses in the manufacturing sector, businesses in the distribution sector. I mean, this has just been turned into a major windfall for the community, and it's something that our partners at the city, I mean, it's just been a fantastic a thing that is just, over the years, it's just grown and grown and grown, and so we appreciate all the work of the food board and all the time that you guys have invested out of your lives and the work that you guys have done, and so thank you for everything. Thanks, Ernest.
Thank you.
And
It's good work.
If I could, I'd just add to thanking Commissioner Brown and Commissioner O'Grady for the leadership here, because this was started long before I got here. But I will tell you, in the neighborhood, some of the neighborhoods you railed off, like Linden, for example, where you have a disproportionate amount of the residents there are minority, but with that comes statistically being connected to obesity, diabetes, hypertension, all the things that are at least, if not manageable, preventable with a good diet, a healthy diet, and a lack of access to fresh fruits and vegetables and so forth and so on are very much a part of that equation. And so what this really is a conversation around saving lives and strengthening communities that have a lot of challenges. And this is one of those areas where we can make a difference. Mm-hmm. We can, if we invest the resources that they've outlined and take the sort of bold step when people kind of don't understand why you're paying $1,000 for water or whatnot. Take the bold step, because at the end of the day, you're talking about saving lives. And in those areas, hypertension, diabetes, obesity are largely prevalent.
Right.
And minorities are much more subject to those statistics. And so this is real work. It's real life-changing work, and I want to encourage you, and I want to support the work that goes forward. So thank you for your leadership. Thank the board and the members that have been active and engaged in this conversation. So,
Well, if you want to, I can spend all morning talking about, our corner store initiatives and the reasons why we invested all the dollars in teaching grocers about how to sell food and sell produce and sell fresh meats and sell fresh cheeses, all the things that we've done in the area of veggie snaps and the things we've done with farmers markets and the things that we've done to expand all this stuff. But I didn't want to. You're
But you
absolutely
won't do that.
1,000% correct. But I didn't want to take up all this morning's meeting going. But you are 110% correct with all the things that have been done all over the community. And I mean, we've had great partners at the city. Mayor Coleman, Councilwoman Tyson. Everybody's been, just fantastic partners in this thing,
And the business community.
business
as
community's
well,
been
the
very, very
restaurant
supportive.
industry.
The Ohio Restaurant Association. I mean, there have been a lot of fantastic partners.
Yeah.
And you're 100% correct, Kevin. It's been a great. There's been a great number of partners. Our folks. When we did our trip to Spain just a couple months ago, one of the people that has taught me so much about all this stuff. Good Lord, I can't remember her name now. Where's Lauren when I need her? She was over there, and we met with her in Spain because she and her husband were over there on sabbatical, and we went and saw community gardens. And Amy Boddicker Bascus, we met with her in Spain, and she took us and saw community gardens in Sevilla, in our sister city of Spain. But she's been one of the big leaders in the farmers market community here in Central Ohio, and she helped us with the Veggie Snaps program. And so, I mean, there's just been a huge number of supporters, and this has been a big effort here in Central Ohio. So,
Well, it is life, and it's life-sustaining when we're talking about food for kids and food for adults, for health and safety. It's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you.
sorry to Amy for forgetting her name there at the last second.
Thanks, Mr. Perry. Appreciate you coming forward.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, moving right along, is there a motion to approve the minutes from July 24th, 2018 administrative session, the minutes of the July 10th, July 24th, July 31st, 2018 general session, and the minutes of the July 26th, 2018 briefing session?
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
And voting, Commissioner Brady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Minutes have been approved.
Thank you. Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 539-18, resolution approving a subaward agreement with Girl Scouts of Ohio's Heartland Council Incorporated for the Bonds Beyond Bars and Bonds After Bars programs in the amount of $18,644.50.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Director of Franklin County Job and Family Services. Commissioners, what we know is that when parents are incarcerated, it diminishes the continuity of families. Children face trauma due to separation, poverty due to loss of income. This program actually impacts that by allowing women, it's girls and their mothers, to have opportunity to interact in a controlled, purposeful environment, build mutual respect, jointly plan community service projects, and even more. The troop also doubles as a support community for the girls, and they meet separately to discuss topics like anger management, domestic violence prevention, self-esteem, and mentoring. The program is actually to counter the stigma of the dual punishment that when parents are incarcerated, the parent is not the only person that serves a sentence, but the child also serves a sentence as well. The subaward also funds Bonds After Bars, which provides continuing support post-incarceration during what can be a difficult transition period for both mothers and daughters. The mothers meet separately to set goals and plan out activities that they will participate in with their daughters later in the month. Pending any questions, we would ask for your approval of this resolution.
You know, Joy, I was at one of the programs that Bonds Beyond Bars did, and one of the moms who was incarcerated said to me, I never got to see my child until we got this program because she lives with grandma and grandma can't get her to me. And so she was so grateful for the program and the support. And I look at this investment of $18,000 and I think it's priceless what we are able to invest in helping these moms and kids get. It's just priceless.
And what I will tell you, commissioners, as I was doing some research in the effects of children of incarcerated parents, a lot of states have done away with funding transportation for children to be able to visit their parents.
I know.
Which, you know, that connection with that parent really affects that child in a great way. I will also would like to share with you 75% of the girls develop a strong sense of self since participating in this program, and an additional 75% of the girls were able to maintain meaningful relationships with their parents.
Excellent. Move approval of Resolution 53918.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 539-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Economic Development Planning.
Resolution number 540-18, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Margie L. Cooper at 1677 Elmore Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43224.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning, joined this morning by Jamie Edwards, our Business Services Officer, who's going to take you through 4 resolutions for mortgage subordinations.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Margie Cooper received $4,650 in April of 1984. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 54018.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 540-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 541-18, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Margie L. Cooper at 1677 Elmore Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43224.
In June of 1985, Margie Cooper received $1,569. The obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 54118.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 541-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 542-18, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Tia R. Johnson at 7311 Foxfield Drive, Reynoldsburg, Ohio, 43068.
Tia Johnson received $6,000 in October of 2009. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 54218.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 542-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 543-18, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Roseanne Melfi at 1975 Frank Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43223.
Roseanne Melfi received $15,000 in January of 2008. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 54318.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 543-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Public Facilities Management.
Resolution number 544-18, resolution authorizing a contract agreement with CalCruth Roofing and Sheet Metal Incorporated to perform roofing and siding activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Corrections Center in the amount of $4,833,537.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Alexander, Chief Operating Officer for Public Facilities Management. Also joining me today is Dr. Bill Lafayette, owner of Regionomics LLC, who will provide a summary of the economic impact study he conducted for this contract agreement. This resolution authorizes a contract agreement with CalCruth Roofing and Sheet Metal Incorporated to perform roofing and siding activities for the new Franklin County Corrections Center. 2 bids were received, and CalCruth is a low bidder. CalCruth has an office in Lewis Center, Ohio. CalCruth is signatory to the Roofers Local 86 in Columbus. 21 jobs are anticipated to be created as part of this contract at peak. CalCruth has committed to 12%, approximately $566,000 K. Diversity participation from one firm on its SEBE utilization plan for roofing material supplies. CalCruth has demonstrated it has the capacity, experience, and ability to complete the required work. The project owner's representative, Pizzuti Solutions, and the project construction manager, Gilbane Smoot, are supportive of this contract. I will now turn it over to Dr. Lafayette to present his summary of the economic impacts, and then pending any questions, we request your approval of this action. Thank you.
Good morning. My latest memo includes the economic impact of the CalCruth roofing bid. The impact of this bid totals $7.2 million in Franklin County output, production, and spending, including impacts from projected spending with local suppliers and the spending of wages earned by the households of the workers. Franklin County household earnings impacts total $1.8 million. 39 on average full-time and part-time jobs will be sustained, and there will be $4.3 million in long-term economic value added to the county's economy. Part of that total is the impact contributed by small and emerging business enterprises. These impacts amount to nearly $1 million in production and spending, $239,000 in household earnings, and 2 jobs. Impacts to date on all the hard spending contracts, are $181.7 million in production and spending, $44.9 million in earnings, 810 jobs sustained, and $105.3 million in long-term value added. I estimate the small business impact so far at $42.4 million in output, $10.7 million in earnings, 180 jobs, and $25 million in value added. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Is there a motion?
Move approval of Resolution 54418.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 544-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice job. Purchasing.
Resolution number 545-18, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,437,081.58.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cuthbert, representing the Purchasing Department.
Morning.
The resolution before you requests your approval of 113 purchase orders. For small and emerging business enterprises, there are 10 purchase orders, which equals 27.7% of the eligible purchase order volume. Their purchase order dollar amount is $666,216.79, which is 90.9% of the eligible purchase order dollar value. Eligible purchase orders are those where the SEVs are likely to participate. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, I recommend their approval.
Move approval of 54518.
Second,
Moved and seconded in voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 545-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any generalizations?
There's none today, Commissioner.
Thank you. That concludes our meeting. 1/2 an hour.
Commissioner.